Welcome, everyone, to another fun-filled, exciting show with your host, Brian Bacchus.
Jamal
And
Smith. Be I, and he would be he. What's going on, everybody? This is the daily AltadenaTalks. Thank you for coming to this latest episode where we give you the latest information that we are able to find to help you get through this tough time, find some resources, find some all kind of good stuff for you. And we're going to have a
good
special guest.
stuff.
It's good stuff. And we're going to have that special guest, that Toni. We're going to have that Toni talk a little later. So at first, let's go ahead and jump into the announcements for today. A lot of it's the same because unfortunately, a lot of the information is slowed down. But I'm gonna give it to you right now. Let's see.
Straight no chaser.
Straight no chaser. That's how we do it. Can you remember Can you remove the little banner there?
I can remove it.
Por favor. Actually,
But I'm not removing how you guys can help support us. You see that ticker going across the bottom? That's how you can support us, because after it's all over, we're going to be the last podcast standing. So we're going to need your support. And now take it away, Jamal.
Absolutely. So as you all know, we're having our third storm that's coming for this particular month. Where was it a month ago? But anyway, this one is going to be rough. It's going to be a lot stronger. They're talking about upwards of an inch per hour or somewhere close to that. So sandbags are available. Here are the 4 locations: Robinson Park, South Parking Lot, 1081 North Fair Oaks, Victory Park, the parking lot along Altadena Drive at 2575 Paloma Street. There's Fire Station 37, which is 3430 East Foothill Boulevard, and Fire Station 38, 1150 Linda Vista Ave. Each of these locations will be available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. A lot of this info, again, is the same. So we have the Dena Relief Drive at Pasadena Church at 425 Sierra Madre Villa in Pasadena. So we got 2 more Saturdays in the month that they're going to be available. So that's the 15th and the 22nd of February. It's going to be from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can get information at info@pasadenachurch.com or at kingandme2020@gmail.com. This is where you can get all the basic supplies such as water, food, clothing, toiletries, etc. And they do need volunteers. So go ahead and help out if you don't have anything that you're doing on this Saturday or next Saturday. Disaster relief claim assistance. So starting last Friday, they have 2 days a week where they're actually offering assistance for the claims. It's going to be Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Fridays from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is going to be at Jackie Robinson Community Center at 1020 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Pasadena. Now, this one is a 2-slide thing, and it's basically talking about the different 4 different places where you can get information and get some relief and support. One is American Red Cross. Now, there is a deadline for you to participate with them, which is the 14th of February, which is this Friday. Then it's the Small Business Association, and they provide loans more than just for business. The deadline to participate with them and fill out an application is the 10th of March. And then there's FEMA. The deadline for FEMA is the 10th of March as well. And then we have for the debris removal, we've talked about this countless times, you have until the 31st of March to either opt in or opt out. And this next slide allows you to have a QR code to actually easily get to them, to each of these respective agencies.
Yeah, leave that up for a second so that people have a chance to screenshot it.
Great idea,
if you can
man.
zoom in on that a little bit to make it bigger so that they can actually see it.
Yep, I will. Just one quick second. Let me
Please stand by. We're experiencing no difficulties. We are just trying to make it easier for you to read. I know my eyesight is not that great. And if you're looking at it on a small device, then you're really having a problem. But what we're going to let you guys know is that majority of these slides are going to be available on our website at AltadenaTalks.com. So we'll be able to keep this up to date for you there as well. Don't worry about it. Just
yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Sorry, folks.
I just threw it on you like that, so I'll slap it up.
Well, this was, it was a loaded slide. I'm not sure how to increase that size.
Well, that's all right, because we'll be back with the next slide after these messages.
Thank you, Knucklehead. All right, here we go. Disaster recovery centers. There's new hours beginning this yesterday. The Altadena Disaster Recovery Center is going to be open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. And if by chance you're in the LA area and want to reach out, there's the UCLA Research Park West. So the Altadena one is 540 West Woodbury Ave in Altadena, and UCLA is 10850 West Pico Boulevard in LA. This one I just found, community grief space for those displaced by the Eden fire. This is something, join us for an evening to be in community, as they offer support and hold space for the wide array of emotions you may be feeling during this time of loss. Hello, you're welcome. It's at 445 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. It's going to be this Thursday, February 13th at 6 p.m. The space has been co-created and organized by Melissa Lopez, who's a member of Altadena community who has also been displaced, and Gabby Teresa. She's a local therapist. You can email Gabby at raicestherapy.co for more information. And then I'm going to stop with this slide. This is what I ended with yesterday, and it was just one of those that were posted last week, indicating that the shelter that's at the Pasadena Convention Center is soon to be moved. There was word that it would have been last Friday, but as of yesterday and as of so far today, they're still up and operating. However, as we finish with these presentations, when Toni comes up, she's going to kind of talk about it. She has a little additional insight in terms of how this actually runs, and she's going to talk about that video that we saw yesterday about the conditions inside. So with that, I'll go ahead and end the slides. And B, do you want to go ahead and take it either?
Yeah. So
you wanted to share?
One of the things I really want to let you all know is that this podcast is for Altadena and Altadena only. We don't give updates for Palisades, Hollywood Hills, Malibu. I'm pretty sure they got their own resources. We grew up here, so we're focused on Altadena. And if you ask us about any other place, we can't help you. So just letting you know, that's how it works. So without further ado, we're going to start the Toni Talk segment. We are happy that this very educated young woman has decided to join our ranks because she is also born and raised native of Altadena, and she got something to say.
Yes,
so let's let her say it.
Please say it, Toni. Welcome, Toni.
Crazy.
And she's back.
We got to keep it alive up in here. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep people ready they want to watch. We want to make them want to watch.
That's right.
I'm trying to give color commentary. You got the exclusive. Jamal's doing the editorials. I feel like NBC Nightly News with Tom Boko.
Let's get it.
How you doing today, Toni?
I'm well. How are you all?
Doing outstanding.
Good. Thank you for having me on again to my new segment, Toni Talks.
Mm-hmm.
What did you all want me to address first? The information that I have regarding the Red Cross, and then I can
so I'll speak first on that. So last night, if you guys go to my page on Facebook, and I'm probably going to upload it on YouTube, I went up there to exclusively interview some of the people who were staying in the shelter. Talked to 5 or 6 of them. They didn't want to be on camera, but the one guy, Purnell, he decided to give me a 7.5-minute interview, and he enlightened me on a lot of things because I couldn't go inside. I didn't want to look like one of them undercover boss type things. Plus, they saw me outside with my camera in the stand anyway. They was all avoiding me like the plague. So here they was. And, here comes that guy with the camera. Let's go over here. But he shed some light on a lot of things that were going on, and if you want to see that, just go look at the video. Not going to go into any depth right here, but I'm going to let Toni take it over because she is going to enlighten us on a lot of the things that have happened with the Red Cross and how they operate and why the shelter says they're closing and whatnot. So go ahead, Toni.
Yeah, I watched your video, Brian, and the initial one that you obviously talked about yesterday. And then I watched the one from when you were talking to the gentleman yesterday evening at the shelter. I also had a call with my mother. My mother, Jackie Bailey, is lots of people know her from Altadena, but after she retired from Pac-Bell or AT&T, she volunteered with the Red Cross. And I would have to say for probably a minimum of 10 years, my mother volunteered for the Red Cross. She did hurricanes, she did floods. I remember when she went to Sandy Hook, and all of the Red Cross volunteers had extensive training. Local training, they had to take online training, but they have extensive training. I cannot speak for the people in Pasadena, and what my mother was telling me last night was, yes, you did, Kim. You came up with that Toni Talks. She said that most likely, because of the magnitude of the fire, they put like a call out for volunteers, and people that have not been fully trained may have shown up. So, because I told her exactly what, we saw in that video and how people, that's
right good. By my house.
Yeah, that's good. They're going to go to the houses. I believe that the EPA, thanks, Robledo, that I know that phase 2 and 1 are going to go on at the same time for certain. So they are out starting that. So that's really good.
They had this on the news this morning too. They were on Palm.
That's good.
Yep.
Hey, so we can get right. You getting ready to be done. So we can get to it. But so anyway, she said that the normal period of time that the Red Cross will go in for a disaster like this or any other ones to do mitigating is to get the immediate need. And it's usually, this is phase 2, which they said was going to be done with phase 1 at the same time. But it would be immediate need, 3 weeks, 4 weeks max. So them closing the shelter, saying that they were going to close it last week, we're in week 5. And she said that is the absolute normal time frame. And that is not, because I told you I heard it was because of the NAACP awards and other events. So the Pasadena wanted to make that money. Those things were already scheduled. But she told me last night, and I remember her being gone 2 to 3 weeks at a time. But she said, 3 weeks, 4 weeks is the max because it's for immediate need. And then what they will do to make sure people are not unhoused immediately is they will start to get people in hotels that they pay for. And or if people find a rental unit and the Red Cross can help get them in that or pay for that initially, they will do that as well. But she said it's not meant to be long-term. It's short, immediate need. And usually within a month, they're closing that shelter. So what we're seeing in Pasadena is not any different from any other disaster. However, I also told her about the fact that, like, when I went down there that first weekend, because I was sent by my church with a van to pick people up to come have breakfast and get, toiletries and all of that. I walked and it was huge, right? There were doors over here, and it was a huge area that people were in, or lots of areas. And there was one room with just families with kids. So we heard the lady say that now they're all in one room. And my mom said most likely it's because the people have begun to get out and be put in hotels or find places to rent. Okay. And as they leave, they combine and they consolidate so they don't have to use as many rooms. So that is normal as well. However, already unhoused people being mixed in with all the fire people, they're not going to turn anybody away. And like we were discussing, if somebody's already homeless on the streets of Pasadena, they're going to go up and they're going to say, okay, you were affected, or unhoused now because of the fires. They're going to say, yeah, because they are able to get in, have.
And you can't tell.
3 hots and a cot, right? And you can't tell who's who because whether they're already on the streets of Pasadena or were displaced because of the fires, they're going to accept everybody. She didn't agree with how they had even the mentally ill housed in there. They should be in a separate area. But one thing she told me was anybody can walk up and say, I need to talk to the manager of this center for the Red Cross. And if they give them that information, which they should, and they should not leave before, and ask for the corporate number and call, there is someone at corporate and the manager of that center that will receive those complaints and make those changes. Because all the money that comes into the Red Cross is donated funds from the public. And they also need to say that as well, because she said the Red Cross will not be embarrassed. And they have to account for how those shelters are being run because of all the funds that come in donated from the public. So they're going to manage them properly. So those are two important things that she said: ask for the manager, corporate, and say the words, you're not handling donated funds from the public properly in how you're housing us. And that's that. I also told her about the lady saying, we've had this same zucchini every night. She said that's pretty normal. They're going to have, all these thousands of people or hundreds of people to feed, and they're going to kind of regurgitate or reuse the same thing and what they can get. But she also was like, but you complaining, and I get it, right? Like, this is not, we're going to house you and then we're going to feed you Panda Inn or the real Panda Inn, not Express, but
or something like that.
Or some
like wonton soup.
Right.
I got you.
Or you're not getting some pho or whatever, right?
No,
so,
that's an outrage.
See both sides of it, of course, right?
Right. You can eat it or not, right? Mm-hmm. But at least they're providing meals in a cot. And then the last thing I talked to her about, I said, well, the lady also said they put her in between these men. And she was like, I'm not going to sleep in between the men. Oh, and I mentioned the pet dander. And she said, yeah, they should have a separate room for people with animals versus people that can't because of allergies and all of that. So that's not being managed properly. As far as her being put in between the two men, and she was like, I can't sleep, I'm not going to sleep here or whatever. She said that is her absolute right. And she doesn't have to go and tell them. She can move the cot herself. And then if they ask, she can say, I didn't feel safe being over there or whatever. And that there are people on duty 24 hours. They take shifts. There are people assigned to the night shift, the morning shift, the midday shift, and they relieve one another. And she said there's usually in a larger room more than one, but they are there in that room to watch everything that's happening in that room and make sure people are safe, feel safe, protected, all of that. So those are the things I talked to her about last night. Because of that video and because she volunteered for at least 10 plus years doing this with the Red Cross all over the country. And she said that it sounds like because of the size and the quickness of needing this unexpected, event, usually hurricanes, tornadoes, things like that, there's some kind of warning, right? Oh, we know this hurricane is coming in. And so they go and set up ahead of time. And no, this was so unexpected. Yes, we knew that we were dry. Yes, we knew we were having Santa Anas. But for a whole town to be wiped out basically in 24 hours, no one ever expected that. So she said most likely they did a call, got a bunch of volunteers that probably have not done all the training they're supposed to have and completed it. But that's still unacceptable. Go talk to whoever, ask for the center manager, not just somebody that could potentially talk to you crazy. Well, so that's Toni, the information that I do have on the shelter from her.
Thank you so much for that information, because I know after Brian had shared the video yesterday, that I even got several texts and there were a lot of comments about how, horrible that situation was and, how surprised people were. So it's good to know that, pretty much they're following protocol, so to speak, whether we like it or not, right?
Yeah.
So they're only there for the immediate need. And then with all those things that seem to be going wrong and not right, knowing that we can reach out to the manager and then ultimately corporate to shed some light on it is very helpful. So thank you.
Well, I wanted to also say, the guy that I interviewed yesterday, he said it started off about 1,000 people, and now it's down to about 100 to 150 because people have been leaving. He even said he had found a place and all this stuff. So he was told that it was going to end the 16th to 17th. I was told by another guy it was going to end on the 28th. It's going to be in somewhere in between there. So so they'll probably be there.
Get them out, it's going to close. And so they're trying to get people into more suitable places, either apartments or at least hotels that they'll have vouchers for and pay for a while, because that is still considered immediate need. Well, it's more long-term. It's transitioning to their long-term need from immediate, meaning they wouldn't be on the street.
Right.
Well,
but we're in week 5, so she said they will definitely be closing it very, very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toni.
You're welcome.
Well, before we go into the next segment, I'm going to do a shameless plug. So I have a movie that not just me, Style Click Media, as well as The Phantom, has.
I'm gonna bring up the page because I have the page.
Okay, cool. So the tickets went on sale today. It's on February 27th to commemorate part of Black History Month. We're gonna have a Q&A question and answer session after the movie with some of the descendants of the actual Black Wall Street Massacre. So there's going to be tears shed. You can, in fact, if you scroll down some, Jamal, you'll see that there's a trailer for the movie. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds long, almost 3 minutes. And please go check it out. I'm only got 140 seats in the theater, so first come, first serve, baby. I'm expecting these tickets to be sold out by this Friday, even though the movie is not for another 2 weeks. So if you guys do sell it out, I will get another day on the theater and we can go ahead and sell those tickets. But I'm pretty sure that once you leave here, you will see that I'm not trying to compare our situation to that, but we're kind of in the same situation, except theirs was a serious situation that involved racism and ours was natural disaster. But this is history that a lot of people, even Tom Hanks, didn't even know, and he had mentioned it before. So please check it out. It's we're trying to get it in the Smithsonian as well as in all the HBCUs and a lot of the schools. The district is going to buck us on it, but hey, we got to fight for what we need to show people. So shameless plug. Just letting you know that that's what's going on, and there we are. And Karen, who is also my co-producer, is going to be there as well. That was her just popping up American history. And where can we buy? I had the link up there, and it's right there. So you go to bit.ly/Black Wall Street Movie, all lowercase. And don't forget my cousin who actually lives there, Terry Backus. So let me tell you something about Terry Backus. Terry Backus runs the tours for the Black Wall Street Museum in Tulsa. So he had this idea. He called up Karen. Karen called up me. We got it done. We went out there in 2021. We debuted it in 2022. LeBron and them were all out there doing theirs. They tried to buy our footage. We said, no, you're not going to cheat. Go out there and do your own research. No, he's trying to cheat like he be doing on the Lakers.
Hey.
He don't cheat. He just flops like Vlade Divac. Why? I'm LeBron. What's wrong? When Kyrie threw the game for that $1 million and he looked at him, what are you doing? I said, get my money. No, I'm just playing. He didn't do all that. But please check the movie. Come check us out. We're going to be doing a lot more documentaries. There's over 100 of these stories across the United States, and Karen is on the prowl looking for our next exciting adventure. Thank you, Karen, for all that you do. And a special shout out to Pam Tyus for hooking us up with the theater and doing all the concierge service. We really appreciate you as well. We didn't want to let that go unnoticed. So thank you very much for this time you took out to let me have the shameless plug.
You need to go check it out. It's gonna be awesome.
I just bought my tickets.
Really good.
Awesome.
Because you texted me the link earlier, and when you just said it, I was like, "Oh,
right."
I just bought it, but
after I get off this show, I got 15,000 emails to send it to. Like, it's overkill, but my plan is if I can get enough people interested, I'll do a whole week of the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the same theater, because the whole thing is I want people to see it. It's very good. I mean, you'll have tears. You will see there's pictures and videos from back in the day that nobody's ever seen, because half the people that came there to get the footage wasn't talking to these people. But since my cousin wanted to do one, and everybody talks to him, so it was all good. Thank God for relatives.
Yep. We'll do the trailer later. We'll do it like tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I was going to focus on focus on giving you a little.
My mother's mother, my great grandmother, and then we're from there and experienced it. And so we've always heard about it our entire lives growing up firsthand, or handed down. But it has to be said. It has to be out there, and especially in this climate where this administration wants to cancel Black History Month and Juneteenth and erase anything having to do with any natives or Americans of African descent or anything else. This is absolute perfect timing and continues to need to be shared.
Kendrick Lamar said it best without saying a word at the halftime show when he had the flag made up of Black people.
Deconstructed.
Showing that we can do, that America was built on the backs of Black people.
Yep, absolutely. And tainted, drenched in our blood.
Well, Central Park in New York used to be a affluent Black community.
Absolutely. Just
that's
like
another story.
Lake Lanier in Georgia.
No, I was going to tell you about that. That's what that's how they used the premise for that movie Deliverance, that the lake was getting ready to get flooded over of this town, but they didn't mention that the town was Black.
Hello. And that's why folks keep drowning in it all the time.
Yeah, well, our ancestors pulling them down with it. Come join the party.
All these white boys and stuff, white folks
come join the party.
Literally, that are getting, that are being lost in that lake all the time. But we gotta keep telling our history.
We're gonna get back to Karen said it's up to us to continue to share our history. And what? Terry's on the show. Terry's on the show. My cousin's on the show, and I just gave him the plug without him knowing. I didn't know he was watching. So if you go to tourbblackwallstreet.com, he takes care of all the tours there.
That's what's up.
He gonna remind you of Bernie Mac, but he's a great person. He and I'm trying to get out there to get that yellow meat watermelon, brother. So let me know when summer comes, because man, this dude got a truck for the watermelons. You ain't had no watermelon. And then they got seeds in them.
And they got seeds. Yeah, my cousin in New Orleans has that too. And I'm like, bruh, send me some seeds.
Yes, we need some seeds. But Terry, thank you so much for coming on there. So if you guys go to tourbblackwallstreet.com, you can set up your appointment. Actually, I'm probably going to be flying out there in the middle of April because I wanted to do an exclusive interview with him before we get to taking it someplace else. He's laughing at the Bernie Mac description. He's like, I'm trying to tell y'all need to come up here and see this Black Wall Street Museum. Don't play with me, boy. And so we're going to let Toni get back to what we really were speaking about, which was you're getting ready to share some of your renderings, or you want to talk about the we're going to give it. Oh, somebody hit me in the private chat. Oh, that was okay. Don't worry about that. Let's go ahead and put the banner up. And did you want to share your screen, or what you want to do?
I'll do share. I'll do present. So for those that were on last week, know that I had Kendra Mays on last Friday, and she said, I had asked her, I said, hey, for my parents' home, could you do something that would maybe just give me, an idea? This is what their square footage was. We want to stay within Prop 13 guidelines, but do an extra 10%. My mom wants bigger bathrooms, and give me something that I could at least begin to talk to her about. Also,
make your, can you?
Oh, larger?
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of the words.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Yeah, perfect right there. Yeah.
All right, cool. Also, could you think about doing an ADU in the back? Because my sister lost hers. We had been talking about doing an ADU for a couple years, and her moving, in the back behind my parents and things like that. So Kendra said yes on Friday. I will do that. This is what she sent me yesterday, and she's pretty amazing. Also, we had not talked about details like from the inside of the house or anything, but I'll just show you. And when I showed it to my mom last night, she was like, "Oh my God, this is absolutely beautiful."
I mean, look at the professionalism of it. I mean, I like got a whole presentation here.
Yeah. And this is what she's going to do. Also, you know, I've been vetting. I think I have a list now of about 8 to 10 either contractors, project managers. So far, the only in-house, one-stop shop is Kendra, with her being a designer and builder, having her own architect on her team, her own team to frame and do plumbing and, you know, build the house. Everyone else subcontracts that I've spoken with so far. They're like, "Oh, I'm a GC, but I'm not a designer. I have an architect that I partner with, and then I sub the work to, you know, whoever can build." So that's what I'm running into a lot, but I'm still vetting. I go to Victory Bible Church in Pasadena and did speak with Pastor John on Sunday, and our assistant pastor, Pastor Angel Cade, and we've got to get the dates straight, but probably I would say 3 to 4 weeks out on a Saturday, we're going to have an event where all of these people that have been vetted get to come in, open it up to the community so that they can come in, hear from each of them. They can do their presentation, and people can decide who they personally feel like they connect with when it comes to it. And then afterwards have a area where they can go and talk to each of these builders or contractors or whatever and begin that process. Because again, David Robledo just said they're starting phase 2. Well, once phase 2 is complete and it's been signed off on and these lots are cleared, people literally can start working with their developer or builder and get their permits and start rebuilding. So once it's deemed, you know, safe and all of that. So we don't want to wait until it's all done, right? Because they said, oh, it could take 18 months. You need to start talking to your people now, work with them on your design. So I had told her just in the phone call and in our conversations, obviously we need another type of a roof, like a tin or metal roof. I gave her a picture of the outside of my parents' home of what it looked like. And this is what she came up with for their home. So I'm going to go over not just this rendering. There's several pages. That's a little too large. This is just another view. Oh, because I told her my mother, we had a little porch, but I told her my mother always wanted a wraparound porch. So she wrapped it around. And I also told her we were on the north side of the street and she had a window over her kitchen sink that looked out so she could see. So she made this wraparound porch where the window, it wraps around to the kitchen window.
Enlarge it a little bit.
Okay, this is a back elevation. And this is a covered lanai. I'm sorry, I thought I did. This is a covered lanai. This has a pool on it, but you know, don't know that we go that route. But for this covered lanai or patio, this door right here is comes out from the main bedroom, and then these are French doors as well. So this is the floor plan that, based on the extra 10% that we could go up and not affect our property taxes because of Prop 13. Now, mind you, in her CAD, in her system, she has this 2-car garage attached, which I would prefer, but my mother has always had a detached garage and is still saying she wants detached with a covered walkway or something. So she told me, you know, this is on here, show her. If she doesn't like it, we'll do exactly what, you know, she wants. But this is the floor plan. So their house had 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. This actually has a nice powder room over here with their utility, their pantry right here. They didn't have a pantry. This is basically like a mud room area, right? Because you see the sink right here. So this is like a mud room. And I will show you the inside. Dining and kitchen with an island. My mother didn't have an island. They had an old bar. And she likes the island I have in my home. So she was excited about this. A big, beautiful, great room with vaulted ceilings that leads out these French doors to the lanai from the main suite, the main bath with the walk-in closet over here. This is the fireplace in the great room. Here are 2 other bedrooms and a bathroom with walk-in closets. The bathroom is shared. And then this is the foyer that comes off of that wraparound porch, that this part of the, kitchen, the window for this wraparound porch. And off of the foyer is a study, or could be a fourth bedroom. She said, if your mother for sure wants it as a fourth bedroom, we'll put it with a closet, right? Because they did have 4 bedrooms. And then, and I'll just show you here, this is the interior of what I just showed you. So this is that great room.
Make it bigger.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is the great room. This is a rendering of what it would look like with the fireplace, with these huge vaulted ceilings, with these other ceilings that show light at the top. This is option 1 of the kitchen design. And so this would be on the front of the house with this larger window in the island. This is another view of it.
You're so nice, Corey. Thank you for letting us handle that.
This is another option for the kitchen. And that would be where that wraparound porch is with the window like that. I prefer option 1 because it's more, natural light coming in. And the funny part is I didn't discuss any interior anything, and my mother had gray walls and subway tile, and so she just got it from speaking to me, right? This is another view.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
We can't wait to come over your house for party.
Yeah. Well, she showed us the other day.
Can you build yours first? Yeah, can you build yours first?
Build ours first? Okay, cool. This is the primary room and ensuite number 1, because these are options, right, that she gave. This is a door. This is one of the walk-in closets, right? That's option 1 with these double sinks like this. But this literally she did over the weekend, just from our conversation. Here's one with the barn door. This is option 2. And this is what the double sinks would look like. They would have this little vanity area to be seated. And then that part with this type of a, soaking tub right off.
All right, you builders, y'all getting the threshold is getting ready to be set real high, because this woman stepped up in a matter of less than a week.
And she does
this
it all.
information.
Yeah,
she does it from beginning to end.
Right, and she's
beautiful.
The one-stop shop, because everybody else that I've been vetting are contractors or GCs, but they are like, oh, I partner with an architect, or she has one on staff, right? Oh, I partner or subcontract the work for this or that. Now, because I told her, now that's just the house part, because I told her to think about the ADU as well, I'm going to show you the ADU designs, and I'll enlarge it.
Oh, yeah, just save that for me. I'll be in the ADU.
You did say you'd move in the back.
Sure would.
Now, mind you,
and this is one of 2, right?
Yeah, this is only a 600 square foot ADU. We're probably, and in California, it can be an ADU up to 1,200. Once it passes 1,200, it's considered a house for the square footage.
You can have
this
an
one
ADU
is 600.
up to 1,200.
Yeah.
You can put 2 600s on your lot.
Sheesh.
Right, that, or do an 800 or 1,000 square foot ADU,
For
right?
sure.
So this is design 1 of the ADU. I'm going to show you both of them that she sent me.
And this one is 600 square feet, right?
Yes, this is 600 square feet. Both of them, she just did 2 options. This one has this porch and the roof coming down like this. I told my mother I don't really like the way that roof line is, but everything she can modify, right? And that's my taste, not, hers or whatever. But, I like the light because it has these windows and doors right here, obviously on the front of it, and has this nice little covered porch. So this is the inside, obviously the sliding door from what would be the living room area, this other walk-in door, the kitchen, and this is the floor plan, 600 square feet. Mudroom with the washer and dryer, a pantry, has the bathroom, this regular closet, this linen closet, the hallway, another closet within the bedroom, and the bedroom's a big size, 12 by 11.3, which is nice. It could fit a king size bed. And then it has this pocket door right here that's going back and forth to this bathroom and from the bedroom. And then there's actual swing out doors, for a regular hall. And
I like the sliding doors though concept on the ADU because you don't have room. You can use all that space.
And it's in between, and it's pocket door and slides in and out. And then, so this is that same one, the first option, right? 30-inch refrigerator, has the island still in the ADU and the living room. And then here was the fireplace, right? So living room
That's
faces
really
the other way.
nice.
I'm gonna see that porch though. That porch. That's what
And this is that porch, right? So I'm gonna show you option 2.
I'm be waving to your mom while I'm having drinks. Hey, girl.
This is option 2, a lot more modern, not a covered porch, still the 600 square feet, but a different setup, still an island in the kitchen. Very, very nice, right? Can see 3. Here's the living room. This one I don't believe has a fireplace. Yeah, this one doesn't, but so there's different options, right? And this bedroom is smaller. It's 10 by 10, but she put more room over where the washer and dryer are. Instead of them being stackable, they're side by sides. Still nice closets, bathrooms in a different area. The kitchen and the great room are larger on this one. So,
you know what I like about this one? Is that, go back to the main picture of it.
The mausoleum?
You did call it that yesterday, Jamal, when I showed y'all. It's a more
well, what I liked about it is that you can actually put a deck with an outside stairs.
Yeah.
And you can have a sun deck and, nice little party atmosphere, for about
and
6
there's still
guests.
this patio. It's just not covered.
Right. So you got the whole thing. I mean, you can fit
you can put
8 people back there.
Or whatever. Yeah.
For an event.
This is just showing some of her work because she did this in lickety split time, as far as I'm concerned. So I just wanted people to see that just based on my conversation, not meeting to say, what are the colors? What do you like? What do you not like? And on the house itself, let me go all the way back up. On this house itself, it's board and batten siding, which is fireproofed, and this stone, which is fireproof. She said, if your mom or your parents don't like that, we could always do stucco like they had with fireproof. It's fireproof paint, fire retardant paint. But my mother saw this and was like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. So again, with the footprint a little bit bigger, adding another 10% to stay within that Prop 13 range, to not have larger property taxes. This is what she showed in no time. And it's funny because it really does, not funny, but it really does look like this could be in Altadena with the trees, something.
Yeah, it looks like one of the houses that is known for with the steeple fronts and stuff.
Yeah. So really the cool. Dormers and everything. Yeah. So that's I just wanted to come back on this week and show that. I will probably bring on other maybe one or two other vetted builders or contractors or whatever. And then this is the list that I'm working on. I've got 8 people on here now. And then the other guy that we're on the
we don't see anything what the house.
We just see the house. Yeah.
That's right, because it's so weird that it shares different
well, no, what you have to do is there's a thing at the top that says share this tab.
Yeah.
You don't see that?
Yeah, but it's share a window. That's okay.
Oh, you went to the window. You fancy.
I went to the window instead of
we share tabs here.
Okay, that's fine. But this is my builder's vetting list that I have for myself. Because also what I talked about are the volunteers, because people are saying, how can we help? And the whole vision for me is let's get boots on the ground. Let's have, 200-300 people ready so that if one builder has contracts with several people on the block, right? On a Saturday, we go frame up that whole block or however many houses are there. And I'm also saying this to other builders because I want all the builders to agree to this, right? Their foreman is on site, their project manager, their project coordinator or whatever. But we want our town built back in 2 to 3 years, not 5-10 years, right? So the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we go block by block, or even if it's not on the same block, but that builder has maybe 10 people or 10 contracts for lots, and we have 200-300 people and it's framing day. Let's frame those houses in one day. instead of taking 2 or 3 weeks, right? And if you have all the people, the manpower there that could, hammer the walls together, put them up if you're going timber or whatever, right? And do it, then they can go back to that the county and say, okay, inspector, go inspect these lots. And then once that happens, the next step is that following weekend, we're pulling wire for electrical, or we're putting in plumbing, right? And that following weekend, we're doing drywall or flooring or whatever. So instead of it taking an enormous amount of time to get these houses built, if we come together as a community, like Habitat for Humanity, but Altadenians for Altadena, right? We can go on and get these houses built efficiently, quicker, and get ourselves and our people back in. So that's my vision that I have. That's my goal. And that's why I'm working with all of these builders. I'm going through getting license numbers. I'm getting their bond companies, amounts, their bond numbers. I'm getting how much their liability insurance is. And I'm verifying all of this so that when we do have this event on a Saturday, whether it's at Victory or somewhere else, all these people will be here. They will have been vetted already, because it's hard trying to say, oh, I got to find a builder, just like I got to find a lawyer, right? All the lawyers are coming through, but if they haven't been vetted or they're shady or whatever, or ambulance chasers, we don't want that. And is it what's best for our community? And so this is a passion project now for me, and I'm getting out there. And Corey, I saw you posted something like, I have some people you'll send to me. That's cool. Send it. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to get them on here. This is a private sheet. This is not a public one like the one I did for EW with, all the recommendations and stuff, because I'm personally vetting these people. And
did you want to share this?
No.
I mean, you don't want to show it, right?
No, I'm showing it now. I'll show it each week, but I'm not going to open it up to people to go in here and do anything.
Right, but what I'm saying is you're not.
Do you want us to pop it up on the screen so people can see it?
We're not seeing it, is the point I'm saying.
Oh, you're not? Oh, I thought you all were seeing it.
Now we are.
Now we are.
Okay, sorry about that. I thought you all saw it because you were like...
No, we can see it, but we needed to add it to the show.
Oh, yeah, do that.
We were trying to hog it to ourselves. We don't want nobody to know.
So I talked to Justin Love. He's related and has
pass by. Just
people, his grandmother's house was in Altadena. Ram Construction, Rogers DeCure reached out to me last week after this show last Tuesday. He's a project manager for them, and they're a Latino-owned firm in Pasadena. JMJ, I didn't even spell development right. I know Josh personally, he's in LA. Him and Lisa Carr worked together. I've worked with her over the past 4 years, being co-power of attorneys for my 91-year-old aunt. And they just developed a 10-unit building in LA. I know Brett, but I haven't spoken with him and gotten all his. I did get some of his information text to me. I don't know Bianca, but she's P31 Development. It's like uncle and grandfather have had her company a very long time. I've looked at her website. And so I'm putting all of this. I'm seeing if people have websites. I'm checking if there are Yelp reviews and if they're negative, and I'll be putting those, over here in comments, where they're based, whether they're Black-owned business, whether they're women-owned business, whatever they are, partners with architects, whatever notes from what I am speaking with them about, I'm going to add them and go from there. So this will be fully vetted. All of these people will be fully vetted because it's that important to me for our community. So just if people say, well, what does she mean? She's vetting people. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, they're checking you out. If your website was just created yesterday, you're not getting the job.
Hello, right. So this is what I'm doing. And there's a couple others that Pastor John and Joe gave me. And, I'm going to have on this list, and every day I'm just taking time out to call people, to talk to people, to get their thoughts on, okay, if you got the permits and you're ready and you have 100 volunteers there to help build that house that day, are you good with that? Right. And of course, we have thought, Jamal, myself, and Brian have thought about the liability. We're going to set up something on the back end so that when we get all these volunteers, we can say, okay, this is the safety training that you need to know before you go on a work site. These are what you need: hard hat, goggles, gloves, steel toe and puncture resistant boots, and, all of these important things. And then that we have not an NDA, but a liability. paperwork, a waiver that they sign, because we're not going to expect a builder to cover people that are volunteering, right? So I'm going to look at some of the things that because I volunteered for Habitat several times to help build homes. I'm going to look at their
Habitat has a policy for their volunteers that they probably have you sign, just like any normal nonprofit, that their insurance will cover you, but not the builder. So if you're wanting people to be on your lot and you have a nonprofit and you have insurance for it, you should be able to do it. I was looking at this. So
we're going to figure all of that out and make sure that it's right before we ask builders to commit to that. But that's part of, and the three of us were talking about that yesterday and how we can get that done, because it is important. Debris removal. Renee is asking what's going on with debris removal.
It's underway right now. Renee, you probably came on right after David Robledo said that they were doing phase 2 debris removal right there at Palm and La Corona.
But she asked,
it's underway.
Well, they're both going on at the same time, right?
Yeah. So the first step is you have to, the EPA is coming out to remove hazardous materials. So lithium batteries, anything that's hazardous.
Propane tanks.
That's right. Propane tanks. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is, and then they will put a sign in your yard that says complete, because they've done that phase. During the same time, phase 2 is happening, which is they're going in removing everything.
This chimneys, is the opt-in or the opt-out part.
The opt-out, right. And you have till March 31st to either opt in or out on that form with the county. I don't know if you're going to put that up, Brian, because I know you had it up last week. But you can opt in or out. And then if you opt in and you want them to remove your slab, you need to put that on the opt-in form, because the EPA will remove the slab, and that they'll test the dirt. And if it tests as toxic, they're going to remove up to 6 inches of the dirt on the lot as well. So phase 1 and 2 are going on at the same time to expedite the process for Altadena.
And don't be alarmed that Farnsworth Park and the golf course are being used as dump sites for the debris removal, because that's just the temporary session. Remember, people aren't in those areas. It's uninhabitable. So,
but it's not the debris removal, the full debris removal. It's the hazardous materials. And it's the staging areas for that phase 1 where they take out the hazardous stuff, and then they take it, the Lario Park over in Azusa, Irwindale area. And also, like you just said, Farnsworth Park and Altadena Golf Course. And they sort through that as the staging areas first, and then they wind up removing it out.
So...
Sorry about that, Brian. That was based on that article. Do you want me to post that article from the Star News yesterday on that, or do you have it?
I don't have it. In fact, I forgot that I get Star News updates in my email. After you said that yesterday, I went and said, "Oh man, I'm getting all kind of information. What's wrong with me?"
Yep, that's what I saw. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just
no. I just want that question, the thing answered. It don't matter who says what.
Renee's question, I heard the insurance policy has a rider that removes debris. If you didn't have that rider, debris removal is at the cost of the homeowner, correct? Well, there's a couple of different things. It's free by the Army Corps of Engineers. If you have insurance there and it has that rider, that little portion, they're going to bill the insurance company for that amount. But if you don't have insurance or that piece, it's done free. So that's if you opt in. Now, if you don't opt in, if you opt out, then it's completely at your cost.
That's right.
In terms of taking care of that. And we have heard ranges from $30,000 up to 170. So it seems like it's best to go ahead and opt in. But, you got to evaluate those options yourself.
It all depends on who you know and how much money you got for debris removal. Because if you don't have much, FEMA is supposed to cover what is not covered by your insurance. Mm-hmm. But just make sure you talk to FEMA about that. We just posted that on so every time we start this show, we have announcements that we make for the first 8 minutes. That was one of the slides. I will make sure that those flyers are up on our website, AltadenaTalks today. so that you'll be able to go there and get the information. In fact, that will be my priority to get that page up within 30 minutes of us ending the show.
So Renee, you might want to go back and take a look at some of the previous videos, and Brian could probably give you a link to the website or where those are, because the questions that you're asking have been answered over the past
2 weeks.
And so I would suggest that you go and you look at some of the videos, because you will find answers and links to everything in those previous recordings.
And remember, you really only have to watch the first 10 minutes of it, because that's when we make all the announcements. So if you go to each one, I would go backwards from today, because this past week's information is going to be more relevant than when we first started, because everything was all over the place, including the Altadena Town Council and the LA County Council. Everybody was just trying to get footing. And now that we know what's going on, and it's been a month, so the progress is happening. I was already told by one of the people that watched the show that there is a movement on phase 2 on Palm and Fair Oaks, which La Corona is a block over from Fair Oaks. Mm-hmm. So between that school that's right there, which I've been living there for, and what's it called?
Edison.
Oh, okay. I never even knew what the name of it was. I always pass it, but I don't look. That school was burned halfway, as well as La Corona and all those streets right there. So they're trying to get to the most damaged areas first. They might have several crews in different spots. So we were just told that one was available. Tomorrow I will be driving through the neighborhood so that I can kind of get some footage on what areas are being taken care of, what it looks like, because I know a lot of you aren't going back up there, and some of you don't even live out here. So you won't know unless we show you. So that's going to be one of our goals, is to make sure we get footage of the progress as it happens.
And specifically for Renee's question, I know you had the link up, but when you go to that particular website, you go to debris removal and click on the right of entry forms. This is where it tells you there's the deadline. This is for phase 2. This is for you to decide whether you're going to opt in or out, and it's March 31st. And it goes into great detail about the different options. If you opt in, it covers everything that you have to do. If you opt out, it covers everything that you have to do, and what happens with each scenario. So definitely check out that site too.
And when it comes to removing hazardous materials or whatever, just an FYI, if you don't want the EPA or anybody to go on the property yet, because you haven't had an opportunity to go and do anything, you can contact them and say, hey, I don't want you to do it. And they won't until after you call them back and say, okay, because at our lot, my parents finally went up there Friday. They didn't go on the lot. They just drove by because it, 57 years and it's gone. It was just too hard. But I've been going up there. I've been up there 8 to 10 times. I covered the lot, with tarps because of the rain, because we haven't had an opportunity to sift yet. So we're going to sift on Saturday, me and my brother and whoever in our family.
Oh, you got a party sifting on Saturday.
Hey, sifting on Saturday. You can come up on Wapello if you want and help.
Sifting and sipping.
But we're going to sift. And so when I was there last week on Friday, I said, hey, if I don't want you guys to go on the property yet, because I watched them and they had the guys fully, geared up, but they had big plastic bags and shovels. And they were going right. They weren't sifting. They were dumping stuff in plastic bags. They were using the shovels to move stuff around to see if they saw lithium batteries and all this other hazardous materials. And I said, if I don't want you doing that because we haven't had a chance to sift and we don't want our stuff thrown in a bag and thrown away. And he said, call this number. I will say it out loud. I'll put it in the chat too, Brian, and you can post it. But it's 888-798-7372. And that's the number.
Who's that number for?
That's the hotline number to the EPA. So I called the number and a young lady answered. And what she did, she literally sent a message to the area supervisor who is up there, checking in with everybody. But she sent a message to the area supervisor and they went that within, I don't know how long, an hour or whatever. And that same sign that says complete says incomplete instead for my parents' lot. because we did not want them to go. And so I told my mom, and she was like, no, I want that. I said, no, you don't. We haven't had a chance to sift, because she's, all over the place. And she was like, oh, okay. So when we leave there Saturday from sifting, I'm calling that same number. They will then go. They will take out all the stuff, and they will put the other sign that says complete, which now signals if phase 2 needs to start, you guys need to get in here, whatever, this lot is now complete and you can do that. But I literally had to tell them, I don't want anybody on the lot yet. It's fully, the garage and house area are covered in tarps and sandbags until we have a chance to sift. So just so that people are aware that you can do that, if you haven't had a chance and you want to, they will stay off of the property until you do that. And then my mom's not going to do the opt-in form also until after we sift and after I call the hotline Saturday afternoon. And they're there 24 hours a day.
That's cool. One thing I wanted to mention, because Brian and I met with one of our former classmates that is hazmat certified with FEMA. And one of the things he was saying that I don't think we're all, considering is, yes, when you go up there, you get the hazmat suit. But traditionally, when you're in a hazmat situation, because that dust, everything you're moving around does kind of move around and what have you, and get stuck to the material. When you're in a traditional hazmat situation, when you come out, when you take the gear off, you're in the air blower and all that kind of stuff. You get decontaminated, right? Mm-hmm. So one thing we may want to consider sharing with folks is maybe have some clothes specifically and shoes in particular, but dedicated to this, and you don't necessarily bring it into your house. You change before you get in your car, because all you're going to do is transfer some of this material into your car. And you still might get some sort of breathing issues or respiratory, situations as time goes on. So just consider that, because that's not something they're telling you.
Not consider, that's 100% accurate, because, I told you guys I'm a veteran. I've been out there, boots on the ground with Team Rubicon. We were laying, up along Rubio and all of that, sandbags a few weeks ago. And that's what we did. That's why I said steel toe boots with a, that's what we're sifting for. Anything that potentially can be recovered that my parents would like to have, whether it's jewelry. My mom said she had this tin of coins. They may be all melted down, but that, or whatever, right?
Somebody else was on TV.
A bowl that my dad used to have his snacks in the dishwasher that's a square shape, perfectly intact. So anything that you think is still valuable to you, even if it's a memory, that's what you're going to use it for. You
don't know how it may have survived. Something may have fallen on top of it and protected it.
We got a machete that we've had for probably 40 years. It was in the garage. We were able to pry open, me and my homeboy, when we went to put the tarps down, we were able to pry open the file cabinet, a bunch of my dad's tools, the machete, perfectly intact, and a bunch of old silverware from my dad's mother, the baby type spoons. They were teaspoons, but they're real small, perfectly intact. So I double bagged them. I have them here, but they're away from things because I need to decontaminate them. But again, back to having that hazmat suit, have one that's going to cover. Yes, have your change of clothes. And when you come out, since you're not going to go through the whole decontamination process, before you get in your car, have a big black, super thick, heavy duty trash bag, and you disrobe and you take everything off, double glove, put double the latex gloves on, and then a work glove. You have your goggles, you have your head protection. All that stuff needs to go, the disposable stuff, go in a trash bag, and then have a different bag for maybe your hard hat and your gloves. Put them in immediately in your sanitizing wash, right? Put your hard hat in there too. It's not going to get damaged. Shoes, I have the kind of hazmats, the Tyvek suits that go over your shoes. So my boots are underneath that, because they are the ones, you can get the ones with the booties that go fully over. So my boots aren't trudging through all that stuff, but I still have a change of shoes, and I have a bag for my boots to go in, and then my boots go in the washer when I get home with my other gloves and all of that. So you have to be extremely careful, and I do it that way because being a Team Rubicon member, we've been taught how to decontaminate, how to muck up, and being a veteran, we went into places and had to do this too. So that's how I do it, and that's how I know to do it. And so I would recommend that if somebody is going to go in and do this, or go sift or go on your property before EPA and all of them do their thing, absolutely protect yourself. Make sure you've got several, either the respirator mask on or a couple N95s or something, the goggles, because that ash can be brushed up or, in the air. You don't want stuff getting in your eyes, and you want the ones that are going to fully cover, not.
And it's because it's so fine too. It can get into little crevices you may not think about.
Exactly. And that mask needs to cover your nose, because if not, you're breathing that stuff up. And we all know there's asbestos, there's lead, there's, all kinds of other particulate matter that are in these houses that were built in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s and on. And so you got to protect your health first and foremost.
Thank you. Because when he shared that with us, it was one of those things like, duh, when you think about it, but they don't share that with you. They're just like, here's your suit, go have fun. But they don't tell you to, take the, have those precautions like you were talking about. So thank you for going into
you were 100% right on that, Jamal.
Thank you. That's good. Well, I hope folks heard that one, because I know some folks have gone up there already. And, for example,
regular shoes, jeans, whatever,
but their hazmat suit is torn as well.
I went up there before they gave the hazmat suits out. Then the second time I went up there, they gave you a whole suit with the goggles and the mask and the whole thing. But when you do go up there and they're still handing them out, ask for 3, because you're going to have to throw away the one. And if you got to go back up there, you don't want to put the same one back on you've been toting around in your car with the Geiger counter going off at 100.
Absolutely. And again, that big heavy duty trash bag, because you need to disrobe and take that stuff and put in garbage first and double knot it and make sure that stuff's not getting out in your car, in your trunk. Or
you might want to take it to a hazmat dump site, because putting that in your trash can might leave remnants for the next 2 weeks.
Or disrobe and leave it on the curb in front of your house. If you have a curb, or just in front of your house, because they're going by taking all kinds of materials, and they will pick those bags up and throw them away.
We repeat this every day.
Yep.
In the first 5 to 10 minutes, every show we repeat the same thing.
Yeah, this is our 20th episode.
Renee, when you go back and look at the videos, that's why I told you, I suggest that you will see that this is repeated information about where to go, the deadline, all the intro flyers that they do. They're repeating it every single time.
Because we know people drop off after the announcements. That's why we put them up first.
And we will be completely honest. The last couple episodes, we didn't specifically talk about these deadlines, but we have repeatedly talked about them over the course of most of the shows, because this was the main subject. The cleanup, the phase 1, the phase 2 for like the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
Late today.
No worries. That's why we said it. You can always wait till the show is over and then watch the replay and just watch the first 5 minutes, and you'll get pretty much everything that we talk about all the time.
She just said she just said she don't watch reruns. So
I mean, if you can lead a horse to water,
but you can't make him drink, right? So
we're just telling you what we do. I mean, that's how we do it. We make sure that you get the first 10 minutes, and then I do my shameless plugs afterwards.
After that, and clown. But no, why are the 3 of us on this thing together?
This is how my mom. She'd be like, "I didn't ask you that. I asked you this." I said, "Mom, I said it to you 10 times or more already."
Mm-hmm. I know, and then I have to go.
My mom's probably watching the show going, "You didn't say it. You had to say it 11 for me to remember."
And you're gonna get it afterwards. But then I have to remind myself, okay, girl, you're at your age, they're at their age, you're gonna get there. So you better be nice, because your kids gonna be doing
this
the same.
Show is really for people older than us, because they're not getting the information, they're not on social media.
Yeah,
we have a website that we set up, so in case you don't have social media, you can watch the videos on the website. We broadcast on 5 different Facebook pages, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram, all at the same time. So we're trying to reach the audience where we aren't. Our audience is out there on platforms that we aren't reaching. So eventually we'll be on 30 or 40 different platforms because we're the only podcast that's probably going to be around for the full duration of this. We have committed ourselves to coming on here Monday through Friday every day at 10 a.m. Yeah, we might come on at 10:05 or 10:10.
Or
We're black
10:20.
people, okay? I'm not going to say, I might wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and still be late doing the show. So
Right.
the whole thing is, I haven't had my breakfast, my coffee, my hair is booming. I just jumped out the shower. I'm trying to make it here for you.
But hey, this morning he called me early. I was like, what? He was like, Tony, I'm up. I didn't have my shower. I didn't have my coffee. I was like,
Go look at the website, see the updates on that. Look over here. I even did a couple of commercials out front.
Look at look
Jamal's receiving. Operators are standing by. Jamal's taking a call from a concerned patron from Altadena.
I was actually just talking to one of the builders that's going to be vetted. One of the, hopefully the next one that we have on the show.
Do I have that info?
Okay.
No, not yet. I was kind of vetting before you came into the
cool.
the fold.
Well, you know, Tony, we pre-vet.
You.
We pre-vet before we give them to you because you know you're gonna hit them with the bop gun. Like, where were you on the night of our 27th fire?
Right, you pre-vetting for the show. I'm vetting for. Yeah, I got you. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah, you already know. I'm getting nitty gritty down to it. Like, hey,
we ain't got no choice. People are going to start coming to us for all this information, and we need to have it.
And it needs to be accurate. And we need to be like, okay, this one, I could do a rating for all of them. Actually, I could do a rating column, and some may get.
Yeah, I didn't like the sandwiches they brought to the meeting. Yeah, they're going to get a 7.
Give them a 1.
That is not going to affect the rating.
Give them 1.
But the presentation.
I don't like the way those meatballs smell.
We want people to be able to do mock-ups, right? And show us.
Sure.
Or like Kendra, like we looked at last Friday, she has all these ones on her site that you can click on. And if that is like a baseline, she can modify that, right?
That's worth its weight in gold right there.
Exactly.
You know, you're raising the bar, just like Corey said, to make everybody else step up and say, okay, this girl right here has offered. She's already being vetted by somebody who wants to use her. We need to come with a better game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not a competition. It's not a competition because there's 6,600 homes.
Right. And
it's not like she can do them all.
For everybody, right? No one person could do them all, but we want to make sure that, you know, the ones that are coming in, or at least we give the community. The lettuce was wilted, did it? You know what?
Now, if you're making a salad and the lettuce is wilted, I'm complaining. That's why when you go into Ralph's or grocery outlet, you be seeing those salads in the bowl for like 50 cents because they're 1 minute before the deadline. You
at the
lettuce.
As soon as you walk outside the door, them suckers will
disintegrate.
And you wonder wwhy your stomach is bubble guts and you sick after that. So.
No doubt.
I don't like fucking tomatoes.
Your testimony today is perfect because everything that Kendra said that she could do, you proved that she can do it.
It ain't been a week.
Well, at least the initial stages, right? And to me, I don't have any doubt about the actual construction, but just to this point, the swiftness that she was able to provide that information for you.
We had her on the show Friday. She had it for you over the weekend.
She had it to me yesterday, right? We had her on the show Friday.
It was crazy how quickly it was.
And let me tell you
this
something.
Girl's about her business.
When she gave me the initial one of the house and the ADU, I hit her back. I was like, these are gorgeous. Thank you. I said, but I don't see the interior of the house. I do see the exterior and interior of the ADU models, but not the house. And she said, oh, I just wanted you to show your mom something. And I said, okay. Now she knew the specs, meaning 4-bedroom, 2-bath, whatever, right? I said, yeah, my mom would want to see like kitchen, bath type, design. I don't know if it was 3 hours and she gave me all the interior. That's why I had 2 different ones that I checked on. She was like, this is the interior design. And so when she says that she works individually with the clients and will get you what you want. And then I said, you didn't even know interior colors and all that. She said, no, but I know you. We talked, I prayed about it and I'm good. And so like, she's for real deal. And so, yeah, no, she's not going home trying to use it.
I'm a doctor. I went to the class for 5 minutes.
Every day. And so she's doing her thing. And I'm going to tell you, she's my top builder, straight up. She was kind of that already when I brought her on last week. But there's no doubt What do you mean, junior ADUs?
Did you see the presentation that she just did about the ADUs? Or
Yeah,
you
got to
came in
rewatch
after
this
that?
one.
You're gonna have to do a rerun on this one, Renee.
Renee, you're gonna have to watch this one. I'm sorry. And right now it's at 1 hour and 14 minutes. So
yeah, so we're getting ready to.
But if you go back to the 30-minute mark, maybe you'll start seeing where it's at.
Yeah, that's when we did it. Yeah, because I have the house and the ADUs on here. So yeah. We have this one builder plus all these others that we're still vetting, and in the next coming weeks, hopefully, at least the Toni Talks segment, I'll try to bring maybe 2 on and give them a few minutes to talk or whatever, and then I will also be able to say this is not a one-stop shop per se, or this one is, but they partner with an architect, or they subcontract to who's going to actually come on the site and build, because I'm asking all those questions, because I think that everyone has a right to know what they're getting and to help them with what their process will be like.
And everybody's being asked the same question, so it's an even playing field in terms of the evaluation.
Yep. And I'm not biased. Well, me personally, I am from my parents' house, right? Which is Kendra. She's my top one right now. But I'm not presenting it to the community as biased. Here's your people, and I've asked them, oh, I looked at your website, but I didn't see any design plans. And they're like, oh no, because I'm not a designer. I work with an architect.
We need somebody that's going to do it.
But I'm like, okay, right? And then because this is what I'm trying to find, right? And if not, I'm putting that in the notes, and I'm saying, okay, are you a designer builder? Oh no, I'm a project manager. Oh, okay. So I'm getting all the information, and everyone will have it. When it's more vetted and clear, I'll bring the link on. It'll be view only for people, but they will have access to see what the notes are. If there's a rating, I might add that rating column, and what their role is, their title. Role meaning, are they a general contractor or an interior designer, builder, whatever, what their title is, their company contact. They will have that sheet that we put up, and it will be view only access. But people will be able to figure out what's what. You already know, Brian.
Okay. Next question. I appreciate you for the older people who do not know what to ask. This can be overwhelming. So you go ahead and move.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. Granddaughter, daughter, niece, whatever. My parents are 82 and 87. You're going to be 83 and 88. So all of those in that generation that, 57% of Altadena is over 60. So of all those that have lost homes. Brian, you're on mute. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. So, yeah.
Actually, I was talking to y'all, but I had to mute it for specific reasons.
Yeah. So vetting and being there for them, and then their nieces, granddaughters, family members, whoever can also get this information. Brian, I can't stand you. That's what it is. Go ahead, Brian. Crazy.
I wasn't trying to talk. I was actually just.
I know.
Trying to wait for distractions to go away.
Exactly.
Well, man, I think this was again another information-packed episode.
Another quick 1 hour and a half show, man. These shows going too short. We need to go 3 hours.
Yeah, I know.
We need to start repeating everything we said.
It takes up a whole hour. She talked too much.
Who?
The Toni Talk segment is taking a whole hour.
No. But see, you're the first one of our things to do 1,000 views.
Oh wow!
Hey, look, this information is going to help so many people also not have to deal with anything like this. That is so true, Ziva. Now, just before we respond even further to that, this is Ziva who designed
the logo.
The logo behind me. Yes.
Yes.
Mural.
Mural. Where are you in Houston now? I think. That's right. Thank you. Let's see, great info.
Oh wait, Corey might get a little offended. Ain't she a bulldog?
Yeah, but we don't care.
No, this is all Dina love. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we knew you when you was in 4th, 5th grade. We was friends.
Yeah.
But to Ziva's point, yes, most people have not had to deal with this. This is why we really committed to doing this show until it's over. Because Brian lost his home. Tony's mom and dad lost their home.
And sister.
and sister. About 9 of my wife's family members, and obviously countless friends have lost their homes. So I'm committed to it.
And Marcus, who is on here right now,
This is
they
one of
lost
my
about
cousins.
5 homes.
Yeah, this is one of the cousins. It's 9.
9.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I miscounted.
Yeah.
And Jamaica Franklin's, I think, family lost 7, and then there's one family I saw that lost 20. And
Right, that was generational wealth for your ass right there.
Yeah. Next, you'll be having 2 shows a day, morning and night. Lord Jesus.
You never know. Toni gonna have her spinoff show. Star Quick Media will be producing
it. Yes,
but,
we will.
You know,
bring it.
We're gonna end up getting an Emmy nomination because no one is doing this. And if you try to jump on the bandwagon now, it's too late. You don't have the trust of the people.
And as long as we can do this for our community, that's what's most important. Because it's where we all grew up, and gonna make sure we're back, and let's get it. Let's all work together and do what we need to do.
We're gonna pop up some of these comments up here. Corey said it's all good. Toni, some of us go back the other month.
Right. I said it's all love. Oh, she let you know she a rough, huh? Yeah, it's all good. We love her anyway. All right, y'all. I actually have to get back to work. I have a Zoom call in about 3 minutes, so I'm gonna bounce.
Okay. Yeah, that's Kim. I said, speak on, Kim Green. Ziva, I'm trying to support how I can. Yes, I'm in Houston. Sharing the show to everybody that you know, because we like to laugh and giggle and stuff like that, because we can't be stoic the whole time, but we try to give you information from an Altadena's resident's perspective. We're not concentrating on Malibu. We're not concentrating on Palisades. We're not concentrating on Hollywood Hills. This is strictly for Altadena. Let them do their own thing, right? We don't care. And that ends the segment, this week's segment of the Toni Talk Show.
The Altadena Talk Show. Featuring Toni Talks on Tuesdays. That's it.
That's right. Toni, thank you so much. You're invaluable to the team and to the community. We appreciate you so much.
Yep, and I'll get to working on whatever I'm going to talk about next Tuesday, or whoever I'm going to bring on or something. And text me that info on that other person, Jamal, so I can add them to the site and do all the additional vetting.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Talk to you all later. Everybody have a wonderful day. Bye.
Okay.
Peace.
All right.
Another fun-filled show. And a really good show. Do you see that? Zero person Mustang. Can you see that, Corey? Can you see that? Of course, we're Corey. We're going to go ahead and give her another shameless plug. If you need some money for your business or you're in a disaster situation, there's her link. And that's for if you need additional funding. You know it's coming. Brian, the shameless plug. We don't mind doing shameless plugs for the people we know. Don't come over here thinking that you're going to comment and I'm going to pop your stuff up and I don't know who you are. We got to vet you first. Just letting you know. These people have been pre-vetted. Now, Corey, if somebody come back in and say, I didn't get the money I don't deserve, I said, you're going to take that over, Corey. We are not affiliated by any means. I'm just playing. Oh, you spelled it wrong, huh? Oh, well, I don't know. How are you supposed to spell it? Financial. Freesome Path. Yeah. Go to freesomepath.com. Not Freedom Path, but Freesome. Girl, if you're going to write something, make sure you spell it right the first time. We ain't spell checking nothing. You're going to be having people go to the wrong site. Okay, we're coming up on an hour and 23 minutes that we've been on. We thank you all for coming on every day. This is our 20th show. We will have 10, I think it's, February 20th. We will have reached 30 shows.
Yes.
Our dedication to this is to give you, 261 shows a year. We got 2 years to deal with this. And what's beautiful is that people are in the neighborhood like David Robledo, and he was already up there checking on his stuff and saw that they already had movement with phase 2 on La Corona and Palm, which is right next to Edison School, which is a block away from Fair Oaks and Palm, which is only 2 blocks away from where I lived. So that gives hope for those people in that area. So,
and I have something to share real quick.
I was trying to get that out, Corey. I'll be quiet now. But when you leave, I'll be talking again.
All right. Wait, where is it? Oh, dang. Ziva, thank you. I saw what you sent, but I'm trying to get it on the screen, and for some reason I'm unable to. I'm gonna share it with B, and we'll probably show it next tomorrow. But thank you so much. Yep, tomorrow morning. We really appreciate it. So, I guess there's nothing else. We're gonna wrap this particular show up.
We haven't, but Elaine, you're the person that is the real estate guru. You should be able to see these listings before we do. So, Elaine, you're going to be another correspondent. We're going to start bringing you in on Thursdays to talk about the rental situations and people who are selling their homes. Because if you listed at $475, I'm pretty sure it's getting bid out at. I can't pop this link up, but if you guys can see that link in the thing on the broadcast, just click it because that's a little bit too big for this thing. You know why he's going to be able to. What you need to do is make that a short link because we can't post that. That's too hard. Thank you, Renee. And just remember that when we start the show, we always spend the first 10 minutes talking about any flyers, any donation stations, any updates from the FEMA, the Army Corps of Engineers, the LA County Council. And we also go to the town halls too. And those might be separate videos because those I sometimes go live from it, or I may give you a recap of it afterwards. So now somebody in Hastings Ranch was selling their property too. I think it went for $900,000 because they were a renter, or they owned it and they rented it out as a rental property, and they don't want to stick around waiting for 4 years to build it back. So you're going to get a lot of those too. They're going to skirt out because this wasn't their primary residence. So we'll keep it up. Well, you guys do your due diligence. If you want to send us any information regarding anything, here is our website. Our email address, as soon as I can find it. I just had it up here. Where did it go? Here it is. Even though it says builder vetting, send that to. It's info@AltadenaTalks.com. You can search on Google for hashtag AltadenaTalks, and you can see everything that we're doing, anything that we're bringing information to you for. And I think that's it. I think we're coming up on like 2 more minutes left. So anybody got anything they want to push? Appreciate you. Thank you.
Hold on. I'm gonna be able to actually
Where is he speaking now in Altadena? But where did he show up at? Where is he standing at?
So
is he up there by Palm and La Corona? KCal 9. I'm not watching TV right now. But for all those of you,
I'm turning to it now.
For those of you that are interested, on Channel 9, Gavin Newsom is talking about the debris removal. Is he talking about it for Altadena or everyone as a whole? Because we could care less if he's talking about Malibu or Pacific Palisades.
Yeah, because I know Karen.
It's not in our wheelhouse.
Talking about Palisades. She ain't mentioned one thing about Altadena. Come on, TV. What are you doing? Oh, here, look. This is what Ziva did.
Oh, I like that. We're gonna have to put that on there. I'm gonna have to put the logo smaller and the we're gonna talk because we're gonna use this for the top of the screen right there. I'm gonna make it into a overlay. Well, I appreciate that. We always trying to keep our Altadena natives in on the skinny. So we appreciate that. I love that.
Yes, thank you so much, Steven. That's dope. Sorry it took
That
so
looked
long
like
to
a
be able to
picture of
show
my
that.
house.
It has to be a specific format, and it took me a minute to get there.
Background should probably just be clear because we won't be able to see.
We can talk.
Oh, you know what? Hold on for a second. Let's try something here. Since y'all all sitting here, why don't you email me that to Messenger real quick? I want to do something.
And she sent it to you on Messenger, to both of us, on Facebook.
I didn't know. I didn't know. All right, let me go pull that up. I want to see what that's going to look like in the background while my thing ain't showing up. I didn't get it. You might have to forward it to me.
Well, it said it to both of us. There, I'll do it.
I don't see it.
Here, I'll send it in.
You know, I got 3 pages, so it probably went to the wrong page.
It's all good. Send it to WhatsApp.
You gotta hurry up and do this. Tomorrow image. Okay. Download, save.
I'm gonna give you both to text. I'm gonna send you also a PDF version because that's what it had to be to share it on here.
All right, let's go to here and let's go over here, and then I'm gonna. So I was gonna put on the overlay, but I forgot we have backgrounds.
Yeah, let's just work on it behind the scenes. We'll show.
I'm doing it right now.
What we've come up.
I'm doing it right now. I'm not listening to you. People want to see it. I don't know about that.
They want to see it completed, man.
It is right here.
They want to see the process.
There it is.
So we can get the logo like up in the upper left-hand corner, or
yeah, that's all we need. We just need. So if you see in this Ziva, move it up some and put the logo next to it on the left, about the same size as the logo that we have for Stock Click Media, and bam, we got ourselves a new background. Y'all heard it first. Y'all saw it here. We debuted it. Didn't think it could happen. Yeah, you ain't lying. I do, because people always trying to hack me. So I got dummy pages out there, more like honeypots. Please try to hack that. All you're doing is friending somebody that does. I'm not even doing anything over there. Yeah, it's actually, it's been 5 weeks. It does seem like it's longer. It's crazy.
Yeah, we've been talking about this almost every other episode. It's just like, goodness, has it been a year yet? No, it's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah, and we need to bring more people on that are going through the experience of all of this. So if you have something you want to talk about, you got to GoFundMe. You got any way that you're trying to raise funds for yourself and your family due to a loss from the fire, send us an email.
Yeah, send it. I got to share Marcus's GoFundMe again, too, because I put it up too late.
I thought I just saw that here too. Where's that?
Right there. It's on the screen.
Oh. I was looking for it on the banner so I can push it. So yes, and also anybody that's been on the show before, just because you've been on once doesn't mean that things haven't changed with your situation. We want to learn your progress. We want to know where you are in your insurance situation with the debris removal. Have they given you notice? Did you opt in? We want to know these things because we're not the only ones that want to know. Everybody else that's trying to make these hard-end decisions because the insurance has already given you the money, and now you're trying to figure out, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? So please stay.
Stay or should I go now?
Yeah, we don't. You're never going to find another neighborhood like ours. Never.
Nothing like it.
Never. So
that's why we're so dedicated to it.
Exactly.
I got music in my head. Sorry, y'all.
Well, now we got the background, and it's going to be fixed by tomorrow. We'll be straight. Thank you, Ziva. We always like everybody to contribute, because once we get nominated for that Emmy award, we're going to thank everybody that helped us along the way, which I'm developing a list. Everybody. Everything big. All right, guys. I'm done.
I've been done.
I need to eat some food. I never eat before this show, so I think it's going to be a fun day, but locally, I'm not going to Pasadena for it because I got 2 more meetings.
Yeah, that's too far to go.
Oh, man, but they got the best.
All right, y'all. Well,
we're trying.
Wonderful day.
We're trying. We got to stay like that because if we don't, nobody will follow us. We need to be the information portal for Altadena, and that's what our goal is. We formed a nonprofit. It will be up and running, and our goal is to disseminate as much information as possible. And any donations that you can send to it will help us get more things out there. We're already working on getting some bands on my end with the GoFundMe that I already have up, but that was for me to help out Altadena. This nonprofit is going to be the catalyst to help this show stay funded, as well as be able to broadcast to more people, get on different streaming services, and make sure that we give you what you need and in a timely manner. So we're turning into a real newsroom here. Thanks so much, Ziva. Hi, I'm Brian Backus. I'm filling in for Tom Brokaw in tonight's headlines. All right, thanks a lot, y'all. We appreciate it. I got to show my fingers because sometimes it looks like I'm flicking you guys off when the thing is. You see that?
Like that. Peace, y'all.
All right, have a good one, everybody.
Till tomorrow.